some days it's just obvious what the lead is, and this is a funny day where, we might lead with the drone strike in Pakistan, or we might lead with what's happening in Sirte in Libya. I think it's as good a lead as any. I mean, there's action, and it gets us to that part of the world. And then I think we could go to
The show I kind of look at as a bunch of different pieces, moving pieces, maybe some pieces that haven't even arrived yet, kind of like artworks in a gallery. And the show producer's job is to hang it, kind of curate that day's show.
There was an idea when we began that Americans just would not engage. And we've really found the opposite, that a lot of people want to engage. And it's not always people who know intimately international news. We may be covering a breaking news story, but you're talking to another reporter who's on something else where they're incredibly involved, they're very excited about it, and it's going to be coming up in weeks. So I think there are parts of our coverage where we're saying there's a whole other thing happening here that you might want to pay attention to.
From Public Radio International, this is The World. A co-production of the BBC World Service, PRI, and WGBH Boston. It's Thursday, October 13th. I'm Marco Werman.
Tomorrow's another day, we'll do it all again.
Open up those mics. You, John.
This is The Takeaway. I'm John Hockenberry. In the 2012 election, you remember.
And when I assemble an hour of radio, it's going to be, I want you to know this. I think this is important. This story you have to hear.
We're a show for people who are reading the news every day and then are looking for analysis of those news stories. So much of the show is what lives in John's brain.
What I do care about are those details that just have to do with what you do in that situation.
I live in a small townhouse community. We're all friends. All the neighbors know each other by name. We watch out for each other.
I think we're honest. I don't think we pretend to be what we're not.
We want the authenticity of the reporters, so we're interested in raw.
Almost all of them were out there for the Proposition 8 and DOMA cases. They were disappointed.
And on any story, there is no one template that fits all. And so the diversity that we have through our stations, through our listeners, through the reporters that contribute to the program is a great way to examine how that diversity works in America.
Joining us now is Elif Batuman, who's been on the ground in Istanbul. What can you tell us about what's happening on the streets, Elif?
And having his experience, his depth, his understanding, the way he reads around the subject.
He knows how to frame a conversation.
I mean, how easy is it to work with billions of dollars? I mean, either way, the answer is scary to me. It's not easy. Glad to hear you say that.
I think there's magic in what you can do in a short period of time if you have a lot of authenticity, honesty, and intent.
I'm John Hockenberry, and this is The Takeaway.
Nice work, everybody. Nice work.
Okay, let's go!
This is Q on CBC Radio 1 across Canada, Sirius Satellite Channel 159 across North America, from PRI, Public Radio International in the United States, and on CBC Television. We'll take a listen to this.
I mean, I do still, I have to confess, when there is music in elevators and no other people, I do tap dance in elevators.
You don't mind when people go, Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby. And I know you just for that.
Man, I shake a hand and make a friend.
Well, 30 years has flown by, but I notice you don't wear a watch, though.
I don't. In fact, I don't wear anything. I'm completely naked.
Right. Well, yeah. Kermit, I'm not sure. Yes.
This is great. People would probably pay a lot of money to just sit here and talk to you about their feelings.
Would that they did.